This is Pradeep Shivastu. Welcome to my channel. And I realized post 60, once you're retired, there has to be a shift in your lifestyle. And you have to focus on few things, which is very important in terms of longevity, in terms of, you know, living properly and probably having a fun filled life, right? And so what I decided to do is I started working on four things which are very, very important. Apart from these four things, which I think are pillars of life, I also started working on another 10 points. So there are about 12 to 13 points which I will cover in this video. And that's very important because I call it the paradigm shift in lifestyle, right? So do watch this video and please do share your comments and your feedback. I'm sure it is going to help me a lot. Please do like and subscribe. So the first thing I started doing is I started working on my health. You see, taking care of your health becomes very, very important post 50, post 60, because it requires a dedicated attention to ensure a long, active, and fulfilling life, right? That's the reason why I am doing. So, what I started doing, the first thing I started exercising, right? What I did is I started with walking 10,000 steps every day, right? And then once I was able to achieve that goal, I added gym workout to my routine. So I used to spend an hour, rather hour and a half on walking, and then probably doing 45 minutes of gym every day, right? So that is what I was doing on my health. Now to further challenge myself, I incorporated swimming, high intensity game called squash. So you can see one of my videos on squash. What is the reason why I play squash? So this varied routine has helped me not to get monotonous on health, and probably help to boost my energy, my fitness, my overall well-being. I'm really telling you, this has added a lot to my physical health, and as well as mental health, rather, right? So that is what I do. See, it is the statistics says that a regular physical activity can reduce the risk of chronic diseases by up to 50% and lower the risk of death by 30%. So that is the statistics guide. The second thing on the health which I started doing is started having a better, means healthy food. And I shifted my diet to more nutritious diet, which is focusing on the vegetables, the proteins, and reducing the salt and sugar, right? In fact, sugar I have started avoiding totally, except a cup of tea or coffee which I have. Okay, I have avoided all the junk food, avoided all the fried foods, and I don't get into the sugary treats. So the statistics says that a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins can reduce the risk of chronic diseases by up to 25%. The third important subset of health is hydration. I started being more hydrated. I drink a lot of water, right? And it's also inspired by the Japanese. I also got inspired by the Japanese culture, and I have adopted the practice of hara hachibu, which actually means that you should stop eating when you're 80% full. So there is a complete video on this. I would recommend you to see that, and because it's very, very important once you cross the age of 50 or 60, right? So statistics, as far as hydration is concerned, it says that proper hydration can improve energy levels and brain function by up to 14%. So that's what I do on the health side, guys. And I think this all three things of health is very, very important, and our focus should be to work on all these three things. The second important thing on which I started working is the mind. Actually, consciously, I've never worked on my mind for the last 60 years. And post 60, it's one of the most important aspect, I mean, I guess. And that is why I started working on this. The reason why it's important is it plays a significant role in your overall well-being, right? And after post 50, it becomes more critical in nature to nurture it and to prevent cognitive decline and maintain mental health. So that's the reason why I work on the mind. So what do I do to do work on this? The first thing I do is reading. I have made it a priority to include reading in my daily routine. Apart from reading, a physical book reading is also very, very enjoyable, and it de-stresses you. It takes you to a different world. So reading is very important. So in both the formats, the physical format and the digital format, I read every. The statistics say that if you're reading for 30 minutes a day, it can increase your life expectancy by nearly 2 years, right? So that is the reason why, guys, I work on the reading, which is part of my mind objective. The second thing for my mind is the travel. So my wife and I, post 60 now, we have decided that we would probably be visiting new places, and we make sure that we at least visit one international one domestic destinations every year. It opens up your mind, it expands your horizons, and it helps you in and one domestic destinations every year. It deepens your understanding about life and different cultures, right? And the statistics say that traveling can improve your mental health by reducing stress and increasing life satisfaction. Yoga, meditation, and gratitude are now part of my routine. In fact, I have started journaling also, because meditation, when you journal whatever is in your mind or whatever you have done during the day, it gives you immense satisfaction, and it probably calms your mind, right? So I'm still working to dedicate more time on these practices. The time I spend on yoga and meditation is too less, and I need to work a little further on this, but this is very, very important. So statistics, again, in this case, is that meditation can reduce symptoms of anxiety by up to 38%. So that is the three things which I work when it comes to mind. See, the third thing which is very important when you're post 50, post 60, is to work on your wealth. See, whatever wealth was created by me till the age of 60 was only probably one source of income, right? And I was just, 500% involved in whatever job I was doing, resulting in not having any passive streams. Post 60, because you do not have money coming in from the job, you need to seriously work on various ways how you can generate passive income and probably live a live life like king size. Yeah. So that is what I want. I don't want to compromise on my life standards, and hence I started working on this. The first thing what I did is a little more is what I can say is that financial security becomes even more critical after retirement. So if you do not develop passive incomes, then it is very difficult to survive, and probably you live in a bigger income, and it may result in depression, anxiety, and probably sacrificing on many things. So there is a video of passive incomes. Please do watch that, because it will help you a lot, right? So the three things which I do to take care of my wealth is, the first one is stocks and mutual funds. So what in the COVID times, when the situation was very difficult, I decided to probably spend my time in learning these new skills, the technical skills and the fundamental skills on stocks. And I did a detailed study through various coach, and understood about the stock market and how to probably make some money in the stocks. So I have invested in stocks, I invest in mutual funds, I invest in equities, and this is a good source of passive income. When you're doing stocks, the other derivative of stocks is probably the dividends. So if you are putting the money in the right stocks which have good dividends, it gives you a good passive income. So that's what I do. And fixed deposits is also very, very important, and hence I continue to do my fixed deposits, so that there is a steady income, there is a steady passive income. So the statistics says that investors who consistently contribute to their portfolios can see an average annual return of 7% over the long term. So that's what is there. 7% is globally, but if you are a good investor and you have good knowledge, probably you can easily make 15% returns year over year. The second thing which is important as far as wealth is concerned is the business. So I started, I became an entrepreneur. I opened my own consultancy firm, and probably I started making some money there, right? So I do a lot of consultancy, and I started making money there, right? And I also, there is a deliberate attempt from my side to probably develop this YouTube channel, so that probably on a later stage, whenever it's possible, there's no hurry, it starts yielding some results in terms of monetary gains. So I write blogs, I post videos on YouTube, and I do a lot of many activities which may result in monetary benefit today or tomorrow. So the statistics says that diversifying income streams through side business or hobbies can significantly improve financial security in retirement. That is the reason I do this, guys. And the third thing to probably work on my wealth is the real estate. So although my real estate investments have been bad, because it's got stuck because of various reasons, but otherwise, if that would have been in place today, it would have been a good source of passive income, and the value appreciated at least 5x times, right? So anyways, uh, it's never late, and I still work on my real estate, and I'm sure that in future it is going to give me good returns. The statistics says that the real estate investments can generally yield an annual average of 8 to 12%, making it strong long term investment. So that's how I work on my wealth and my passive incomes, so that I can live my life the way I want to live my life. See, the fourth important aspect or pillar for a good life is relationships. Now, unfortunately, when you're working in your young age, when you have so much of responsibilities, and you probably have to probably grow in your career, you are focused only on your work. When you're focused on your work, 20 hours out of 24 hours just goes on work, and you forget on relationships, you forget on spending quality time with your family, and it kills you, right? And that is what happened with me as well. And now I realize that relation is very important. Though I have lost many relationships because of my own mistakes, I don't want to do it now. So that is the reason I'm working on relationships, because relationships are one of the most crucial aspects of life, especially as we age, right? So relationships are positive. It has to be drama free. It has to be trustworthy relationships, which can contribute significantly to happiness and emotional well-being. In fact, to give you an example, apart from my blood relationships, playing squash, going for swim has helped me to have new friends from various domains who are healthy, wealthy, and fine, and probably able to build a community, and we spend a good time, and we are able to spend quality time. We are able to de-stress ourselves, and we are able to take care of our health, right? So that's what I do. I've started nurturing relationships. I've started maintaining the relationships. I've started working on the relationships. So reflecting on my past mistakes, now I prioritize quality time with the loved ones and build strong connections, right? So the statistics says that close relationships are the key to happiness and longevity, according to a Harvard study spanning over 75 years. In fact, if you see the blue zones, and if you study the countries where probably the longevity is extremely high, one of the aspects which the community works on is building a community and spending time together. Very important aspects of life on which I'm working, and I call these as four pillars of life. Right now, I would like to touch upon some few other small points which I work upon, and let's go for it. Four important aspects. The fifth one is purpose and passion. See, post 60, post 50 people, tend to believe, especially in India, earlier, people used to stop working, right? And they used to feel they are at the fag end of life, and probably spend their life only sitting on the couch, or probably lying on the bed and not doing any activity. So that's very, very dangerous. So having a sense of purpose or passion provides not only motivation but a reason to stay active and engaged, which is linked to longer and healthier lives. I have posted a video on Japanese culture which is called Ikigai, which talks about the same thing. Uh, it's a great way to take care of your life. Do watch my video on Ikigai. It's extremely important if you have not gone through, and do study about the Ikigai. Also, most importantly, the sixth point is lifelong learning. See, we stop learning. We don't have time, or we mentally think that we don't have time. Actually, time is available for everyone, but it all depends on how what is your mindset. So learning keeps your brain active, and it helps you from preventing cognitive decline, contributing to mental agility and a sense of accomplishment. So that is what I do. I keep studying new and new things, like I told you about stocks, I told you about the other things, games, and that is what I do to learn new skills, right? And probably learn a new language, and probably do something new. So that's what I'm doing by engaging myself. And the current one on which I'm learning is probably how to get better on YouTube day by day, and probably build my audience so that my audience likes it, and I'm able to have a good content. Which So this seventh point is already covered a little bit, but then I'm trying to elaborate it a little more, which is community and social engagements. So I have not been socially active, and that's one bad thing which I did with my life. So I've started staying socially. I've grown so that there is no I can combat loneliness and depression, which is generally common in other adults. Right, a strong social network is linked to a longer life expectancy. What I'm doing, I have joined clubs. I have participated in group activities. I've become involved in many organizations. I maintain regular interactions with friends and family. We go out for dinner. We go out for drinks at times, because that is what is going to build the community and the social engagement. See, the eighth point is spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being is something which we tend to ignore when we are young, and we don't spend much time on it. But once a certain age, spiritual well-being becomes very, very important. Though I've covered it a little bit in the earlier discussion, but spiritual practices are very, very important, because that is what brings you peace of mind, reduce stress, and offers a sense of belonging, contributing to improved mental health and life. right? So what I've started doing for this, I've started doing prayers and meditation, yoga, and other activities which can give me mindfulness. For example, I told you journaling, right? So that's what I do for my spiritual well-being. See, the ninth important point is the sleeping habits. See, most of the population does not have good sleeping habits, resulting in various diseases to their health, to themselves. So a healthy sleep habit is very, very important. Quality sleep is essential for physical and mental health, preventing a range of health problems, including cognitive decline as well as weakened immunity, right? So I've started putting some focus on my sleep, and I've started trying to sleep a little early and get up early, get off the mobile phones and other iPads, so before sleep, so that you can have a peaceful and sound sleep, right? The next important point, which is generally ignored, is called emotional resilience, right? Emotional resilience helps in handling stress, recovering from setbacks, adapting to changes which are inevitable with aging. So you never know what can happen. Uh, you need to be mentally strong, you need to be prepared, you need to be able to handle those changes. Okay, so cognitive behavior, so if you what I started doing now is I've started engaging myself in mindful practices, cognitive behavioral therapies, and I've started building strong support networks to enhance my emotional strength. So cognitive behavior, so it is going to be just another 3-4 minutes. Have patience and please do listen to this, because these are important points and I don't want to miss on this, because many of my friends must have crossed 50 uh, and 60, and if they are able to do this shift now, it is going to help them in a longer life, and a healthy life and a fulfilling life, right? So the 11th thing which I is the regular health checkups. When you're young, you do not bother about health checkups. When you're young, you do not bother about anything, and you are just busy in whatever you're doing, right? But when you're aging, preventive health care is important, because catch potential issues early, which can lead to better outcomes and increased longevity. So that's what I do. I schedule regular health checkup visits, and I take care of my vaccinations, and I, I take this very seriously. So my suggestion to people who are post 50 and 60 is that you should go for regular health checkups, preferably at least every 6 months, otherwise at least once a year, a full body regular health check. So see, there are two other points very, very important. Let me cover this fast, and then we can probably close the video. So the next important point is adaptive and open-mindedness. Why this is important? I have seen myself that people, when they age, when they are post 50, post 60, they get into a mindset, and getting into a mindset can be very, very harmful, at least in today's generation. Today your children are very different, the environment is very different, it's very dynamic, it's moving very, very fast, and if you do not adapt and change, you would probably be uh, you know going behind, and which may result in various issues, including depression and anxiety, right? So the ability to adapt to new circumstances and remain open to change is very crucial for navigating the later stages of life. So that's very important, and we you have to deliberately focus on it, otherwise it doesn't come, right? So what I do is I embrace new experiences. I learn from the younger generation. They are my friends, and I don't go on teaching them that this is what happened, this is what I did, and this is what you should do. And stay open to the new technologies and ideas which are coming in. It's very, very important. The last, which you will surely agree, is the environmental and home safety. As we age, our living environment need to adapt to our changing needs. Ensuring that our home is safe and accessible can prevent accidents and promote independence. So that's what I do. I take care of my house, I take care of my safety, I take care of the living environment, and that's how this change is going to help me in a better life as I age further and promote independence. So, guys, I'm sure you must have liked this video. Do like and subscribe. So, by focusing on these 13 points, I feel we can enhance our overall well-being, increase our chances of living longer, healthier life and fulfilling life, enjoy our golden years, and remember, it's never too late to make positive changes and embrace a fulfilling life post 50, 60. So, guys, if you feel different, please do give a feedback. If you feel the same, do give a feedback and let me know what do you do post 50 and 60. Thank you very much. Namaskar.